regular season the way it began, against the New York Mets.
The Brewers, for the first time in 13 years, sweep the Mets in New York City.
Our coverage begins today at 1 with Brewers Warm-Up. The hunt for Brew October is sponsored by Delta Dental. We are your home for the Brewers. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
At 8 o'clock, it's 64 degrees in Milwaukee. Today, expected to be sunny and breezy. Wind gusts up to 25 miles an hour, a high of 74 at the lakes, 78 inland. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, it's a matchup of NFC North Division rivals this afternoon at Lambeau Field to host the undefeated Minnesota Vikings.
The Packers are 2-0 with backup quarterback Malik Willis. The Vikings, 3-0 with Sam Darnold, who's on his fourth team since being drafted in 2018.
Obviously, he's got some good players around him. I think their offensive line's doing a great job as well. I mean, this is a well-balanced football team.
Packers head coach Matt LaFleur, regardless of who is under center for Green Bay today, it'll be against a defense that leads the NFL in sacks through 3 weeks.
It shows up all over the tape, just getting free runners at the quarterback and sacking the quarterback.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Our Packers coverage begins with Green Bay game day at 9 o'clock this morning. After former President Donald Trump spoke yesterday about immigration in Prairie du Chien, we've already learned the 45th president will be coming back this week with 2 stops in the Badger State. One will be in Milwaukee Tuesday.
Announced just hours before he was set to arrive in southwest Wisconsin Saturday, the Trump campaign promising the former president would be back in a few days. 2 events planned for Trump on Tuesday in Wisconsin. He is set to give a speech focused on the economy at a company called Dane Manufacturing in Waunakee. That's just north of Madison. That event in the early afternoon. Then to Milwaukee. Doors open at 2 p.m. for a 5 o'clock speech from the former president at Discovery World on the lakefront. Vince Vitrano, WTMJ News.
Election season means it's time for a refresher on the system of our voting. The Electoral College, to be exact. Each state has a number of electors based on how many seats they have in Congress, who vote in a winner-takes-all based on their state's popular vote. Barry Burden is director of the Elections Research Center at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. He tells Spanning the State this puts a disproportionate focus on swing states, which leaves them most vulnerable to malice.
Whether it's Russian propaganda campaign using social media, it's hackers trying to get into voter registration databases, it's election deniers protesting results, it's frivolous lawsuits, it's fake electors, all that stuff, whether it's domestic or foreign.
Now we're taking a look at President Biden. He has approved federal disaster declarations for states impacted by Hurricane Helene. The death toll climbing across the South this morning. ABC's Faith Abube has the update from hard-hit Georgia.
It's like a bomb went off.
Relief teams from nearly 20 states on the ground, helping rescue hundreds of people from floodwaters.
We're just trying to keep everybody alive.
This as the death toll from Helene continues to climb. The massive storm killing dozens of people across multiple states.
It looks like a war zone.
In Tennessee, catastrophic stormwater raging downstream. More than 30 people still missing.
As of this morning, more than 60 people are confirmed dead. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Sighting Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:03.
This report is sponsored by Connect Chiropractic, connecting you to true health. Located in Wauwatosa and Delafield.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. Add a chiropractic screening to your kid's back-to-school checklist. Reed came to Connect Chiro at just 9 years old. Sleep issues, headaches, getting sick all the time. I talked with his mom. He's now getting better sleep, better attendance at school, better health since she put her son in the care of Dr. Alex Young and his team. Great for kids because these docs use a special tool for all the adjustments. No twisting, no cracking, no popping. In Delafield and Wauwatosa, go Connect Chiro. That's goconnectchiro.com.
Here's to celebrating everyone's favorite time of year in Wisconsin with all our arty, fun-loving, foodie, feasting fall events. There's Kohler Food and Wine, Aaron's Art on Wheels at Road America, Red Cliff Cultural Days, Holy Hill Art and Craft Fair, and the fests. Wausau's Ginseng Fest, Warren's Cranberry Fest, Bayfield Apple Fest, Milwaukee Film Fest. Whew. There's a whole lot of fall fun to be had in Wisconsin. Find more events at TravelWisconsin.com. Sponsored by Travel Wisconsin.
Every year around this time, you begin to think about prepping your home for winter. Over the summer, you may have noticed moisture trapped between your glass window panes, and that made you think about having to replace those windows. That can be expensive, and it may be necessary. However, one service that we offer could fix your problem at a fraction of the cost and save you a lot of hassle. Insulated glass replacement is a simple way to seal up your windows and keep the winter winds on the outside where they belong. You don't have to worry about replacing the entire framework or staining or anything like that. We simply replace the glass and assure your satisfaction with the 10-year warranty against seal failure. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Your Badgers lost yesterday to USC after they were shut out in the second half. Final score, USC 38, Wisconsin 21. An excellent game yesterday with your playoff-bound Brewers. They shut out the Mets 6-0. Last but not least, your Green Bay Packers at home today playing the Vikings at noon. Listen to pre-game coverage right here on WTMJ starting at 9 o'clock this morning. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. Looks like everything is really, really good right now. The weather is really helping with all of that. It's clear out there. Eastbound lanes of 894 bypass is closed for the weekend. Just a heads up from the Hale to the Mitchell. It'll open back up tomorrow.
Traffic is sponsored by Angela Calais and Benefit Realty.
At Benefit Realty, pay only 1.9% commission and no more than $19,000 commission for the listing side of your sale. No matter what size property you're selling, you will save. Benefit-realty.com.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight will go down to the high 50s, low 60s. It'll be mostly breezy today. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 74. Tuesday, breezy, a high of 68. Wednesday, mostly sunny, breezy, a high of 70. Then Thursday, pick day, mostly sunny, a high of 74 degrees. In Milwaukee, it's 64 degrees, Waukesha 59, Green Bay 59. Sighting Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:07.
This is Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins.
We've got a short show today with Green Bay Game Day getting underway at 9 o'clock, but we've got a lot to cover this hour, including, Julia, it's great to have you here this morning.
Yes, hi, Libby.
I'm really excited. Okay, we were talking about this before we went on the air. You said, do you know Pesto, the penguin?
Yes, he's so cute.
He's like a...
He's bigger than his mom and dad,
he's
king
huge.
penguin.
Yeah, and he hasn't gotten his black and white coloring yet because he still has that baby feather thing.
I know, he's so big.
He's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
But, Julia, do you know Mudeng?
I don't know Mudeng.
Mudeng. All right, now make sure we've got that up on the stream. See, if you're watching us on the stream this morning, that is Mudeng.
Okay, I've seen Mudeng. I didn't know the name.
Mudeng is he's a pygmy hippopotamus from a Thailand zoo.
A little baby hippo.
Yeah, you know what Mudeng translates to in English?
Mm-mm.
Bouncy pork.
Oh, yes. Mudeng has some fun eyes and has already been in a lot of memes online. Okay, yes, I know Mudeng.
Yeah, Mudeng. Okay, well, the thing, did you know Mudeng had a brother and a sister?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, well, his brother's name is Mutun, which means stewed pork, and his sister is Muwan, which means sweet pork. So they keep the pork in the family. But anyway, Mudeng, bouncy pork, is this adorable pygmy hippopotamus that they say has more personality than any hippopotamus ever.
I wish that they could stay that small.
Well, he's a pygmy. He's going to stay small. He's never going to get real big.
Yeah, like the big hippos?
Oh, yeah, no. But he is just taking the internet over like you wouldn't believe. And he bites.
Oh, no.
Yeah, some of his trainer. But he does it in a cute way. He's not, it's more like, how if you have a puppy and a puppy sort of grabs onto you and just sort of wants to nibble, he nibbles.
Ooh, those puppies have sharp new teeth.
Well, I imagine Mudeng does too. But do you know what they're doing with Mudeng?
Mm-mm.
They have now, they do it, how they think of it. 3 weeks ago, they started cryptocurrency. Mudeng, you can buy a Mudeng. And in 3 weeks, it's gone up 1,400%. But you know it's going to fall. You know it's not going to stay that way.
Yeah, like the Dogecoin.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, yes, so you can get your crypto, but they're also, this zoo apparently is going to be selling merchandise. They've got everything from T-shirts and hats to a cake shop where they have a realistic cake shaped just like Mudeng.
Oh, my gosh.
Have
so
that for your
cute.
birthday.
I would love that.
But anyway, if you have not yet seen Mudeng, Moodeng, you definitely want to take a look. And like I said, we've got her up on our stream right now. She's cute. Is it hippopotamuses or hippopotami? What's the plural?
Oh, I don't know. It's like referende or whatever, referenda.
Yeah, I just was thinking about that this morning, that if you have more than one Mudeng...
There's only one Mudeng.
Well, yes. Okay, thank you very much. But yes, so we'll give a big hug both to Mudeng today and to Pesto the penguin.
So cute.
I wonder if they'll stay that cute when they grow up. All right. Thank you, Julia. She'll be back. It's great to have Julia Fellow with us this morning. And as I said before, we've got a very short show, but we've got a lot to fit in, including Rich Kirchen from the Milwaukee Business Journal. Now, this week, he did an exclusive interview with that conservative influencer who's targeted major corporations, including Harley-Davidson, and their DEI policies. And Rich is going to tell us what this man had to say in his interview with him. Also, our consumer expert is going to join us, and she's going to tell you what you need to know before storing your vehicle, your boat, your camper for the winter in a public warehouse for hire. And you do have to be careful before you do that. Now, one more thing. I don't know if you're talented. I'm not. But if you have talent, if you've ever dreamed of singing the national anthem before a major game, getting out there, well, the Milwaukee Bucks are having auditions this week, and we're going to tell you where and when and how you can prepare for that. We're also going to take a look back at the week in review. As we said, Julia Fellow is in the newsroom. We've got Nate here pushing buttons, and we've got a WTMJ sports update in just 2 minutes right here on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. I'm Libby Collins. It's going to be a pretty nice day today for watching a baseball game or watching football. And if you're on your way up to Green Bay for that game, drive carefully because, boy, I saw some people on the road this morning. They were going a little faster than they should have. And the state police were out, too. All right, it's 8:13 and 64 degrees at WTMJ.
Hi, everybody. This is Susan Hiller from Hiller Ford. Hot deals and cool cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's what you'll find at Hiller Ford these days. Right now, you can get a new 2024 Ford F-150, America's favorite truck, with 0.9% 66-month financing, plus a $2,000 flex-buy rebate. Now that's a hot deal on a really cool truck. Take advantage of one of our many hot deals. Stop in today and see why so many people love to buy from Hiller Ford.
This is Senior Real Estate Specialist Bruce Nemovitz of Bruce's team. We're honored to help seniors and their families traverse the journey of selling their longtime homes and moving to the lifestyle they deserve. With over 35 years of experience, Bruce's team is here to help take you from overwhelmed to I can do this. Get started today and call 262-242-6177 or visit brucesteam.com.
Hi everyone, Jeff Levering here, and when we moved into our home 10 years ago, we knew the time would come to replace our roof. That came sooner than we thought with the storms during the spring. So we called the pros at Ridgetop Exteriors, and they did more than just live up to their motto, trusted, local, and affordable. Within just a few weeks, we had our new roof picked and completed. Their team treated us just like family, and the customer service was a real home run. Give Ridgetop Exteriors a call and book your appointment today to ensure your project gets completed before the next big storm.
Do you ever want to escape the ordinary? Well, here's your chance to escape in a brand new 2024 Ford Escape from Hiller Ford. Hi, I'm Susan Hiller with an escape deal you won't want to pass up. Right now, we are offering 0.9% 66-month financing, plus a $2,000 flex-buy rebate on brand new 2024 Ford Escapes. It's your chance to get away with a great deal at Hiller Ford. Stop in today and see why so many people love to buy from Hiller Ford.
It's time for your WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. It looked good for the Badgers in the first half against USC yesterday as they led 21-10 at halftime. But the Trojans came back in the third quarter, holding Wisconsin to a disastrous 38-21 loss. In other news, the Brewers dominated the Mets with a 6-0 win.
Young's 2-1. Ground ball back up the middle. That's going to sneak through into center field. Adames is home. Bauer's racing around third. He will score. A 2-run single for Andrew Monasterio. And the Brewers have broken it open in the eighth. It is 6-0 Milwaukee.
The Crew meet them again today for the final game of the regular season. Our coverage gets underway at 1 with Brewers warm-up. The Hunt for Brew October is presented by Delta Dental. The Pack meet rival Vikings at Lambeau. Get ready for Green Bay game day. We get underway at 9 on WTMJ. For WTMJ Sports, I'm Nate Rilling.
Thank you, Nate. Very nice job. It is 8:16 on WTMJ. As I said, we've got a busy show today. A little bit later on, we'll find out how you can be a national anthem performer at a Bucks game. You know, we're talking about talent. Our regular producer, Isaac, who's going to be off for the next couple of weeks. Now, he has talent. You know, he's a professional drummer. This is why he's going to be gone. He's off on tour with his band. It's too bad you're not going to be in town. Isaac could you drum the national anthem? I'm just wondering if that's possible. I don't know. All right, let's see. Well, I'll tell you what. We've got your forecast. We're at 64 degrees right now. It's going to be a pretty nice day, but it's going to be cooling off here in the next couple days. We're going to give you your full forecast, and also we'll be joined by Rich Kirchen from the Milwaukee Business Journal. It's all ahead right here on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
Be our eyes on the road. See something out there that I should know about?
There was an incident on Blue Mountain Road going eastbound where 2 lanes are blocked.
Call me, Debbie Loziga, at the Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line at 414-238-9329.
Hi, Debbie, Michael. I-94 eastbound, there is a crash that the sheriff now has the right lane blocked.
The drive affects you. Why not be part of it? Give me a call, 414-238-9329.
You're busy. Work, family, life. Sometimes it's hard to figure out what you'll do about things like retirement planning, selling a business, investing, or building your legacy. So your buddy hooks you up with his guy. Seems fine, but when it gets down to advice, you're all of a sudden knee-deep in products packed with commissions. You start to wonder, are you getting advice or are you getting a sales pitch? Annex Wealth Management is a fee-only fiduciary. No commission products, just advice. And clear thinking when it comes to your investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. Annex believes financial planning is for everyone. Annex Comprehensive Wealth is a great fit for most. For those with high net worth and complex planning challenges, consider Annex Private Client. For those just starting out, Annex Ignite is a great choice. Head to AnnexWealth.com and click the Get Started button. It only takes a couple of minutes. Set your own appointment at a time convenient for you. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management. AnnexWealth.com.
Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life. Brands from Carhartt to Milwaukee to Purina to Goodyear to Rapala to Levi's and a whole lot more. In-store or online, check out all the brands Fleet Farm carries to help make your everyday life better.
It's going to be a beautiful day today. Sunny and breezy. You're near the lake, about 74 for a high, 78 as you go further inland. Then tonight it'll be clear and cool. We're going to get all the way down into the 50s if you're inland, a little bit warmer near the lake, about 60 degrees. Then tomorrow looks mostly sunny, a high of 74. We get a little bit of a cold front coming in after that. On Tuesday, we're only going to get up to 68 degrees for a high. And then back on Wednesday, we should reach about 70 under sunny skies. And Thursday, mostly sunny and back up to 74. If you're headed to Lambeau for the game, let's see, it's 61 degrees right now in Green Bay. In Waukesha, we have 61. And in Oak Creek, it's 65. We have 65 degrees at 8:20 on WTMJ. Well, it's time to check in with Rich Kirchen from the Milwaukee Business Journal. This is an interesting week, Rich. Let's start with an exclusive interview you had with Robbie Starbuck, and it didn't have anything to do about coffee.
Correct. He has nothing to do with Starbucks as far as I know. What he really has made a name for himself this summer with his crusade, as he would call it, against what he considers woke policies in corporate America, specifically diversity, equity, and inclusion programs for hiring, promoting, and training employees, and worker sensitivity training and marketing programs related to race and LGBTQ communities. At any rate, he's of interest here in Milwaukee because his campaign, at least he says, and he's probably right, resulted in Harley-Davidson dropping their diversity, equity, and inclusion program. I believe it was in August. And then a few weeks later, Molson Coors, which still has the big brewery and office in Milwaukee, also was a target of one of his campaigns. He has something like 600,000 followers on Twitter or X, and he puts these videos together in some cases like Harley and says, look at this. This is terrible. They got to stop. So anyway, I did interview him. He said he's more reasonable than people think, and that he's actually sat down and talked with a number of CEOs at some of these companies he's targeting. He won't say which ones. He just believes that if anti-discrimination laws were followed and people treated each other well at work, everything would be okay and you wouldn't need a program. So that's where he's coming from.
What was your impression of him?
Well, he doesn't lack for cockiness, let's put it that way. He's taken on companies like Molson Coors, Harley-Davidson, John Deere, Ford. Tractor Supply was the first one, the company that makes Jack Daniels. So these are iconic American companies. And, 10 years ago, the social media wasn't what it is today, or 15 years ago. Someone like him wouldn't have existed, probably. And it is pretty unheard of for corporations to drop these programs that they've spent lots of time and money on.
Especially with pressure just beginning from one person. You mentioned Harley-Davidson. They're closing a dealership in New York City?
Well, Harley doesn't close the dealerships per se because the dealerships are all independently owned. But their dealer, it's called New York City Harley-Davidson, as a matter of fact. It's in Queens, and actually they were closing this weekend. Sort of abrupt announcement. They said it was the economic conditions, and then they made a reference to real estate, which I didn't really understand. And they got back to me later and said that they were looking for a new site. Harley's trying to get their dealerships to upgrade their appearance and their setting, and they said they were having difficulty making those arrangements. Now, you never know for sure what the reason is, but yeah, that's obviously pretty big.
I wonder about the job market, which brings me to Manpower Group. Where are they going to be looking for talent?
Well, they are always looking for talent, first of all. Secondly, their new initiative involves putting recruiting stations in Walmart stores. And one of those is in Sturtevant. So it's a new thing that certainly they have hundreds of these around the country. But the thinking is that many, many people go to Walmart every day, every week, and some of them might be looking for jobs. Not just at Walmart. This is for, a cross-section of Manpower clients that are looking to hire.
What kind of clients does Manpower look for? Do you have any idea?
Well, I think they work for all kinds of companies, warehousing companies. I mean, I think the original business model for them was secretaries, so to speak, an outdated term, but office workers, clerks. Yeah, they didn't say specifically what they were looking for. It was more like the fact that you were going to have an available supply of people who might be looking for a job or looking for a change.
And I wonder if they're seasonal jobs or if these are permanent jobs.
They can be both. And Manpower and other staffing firms a long time ago dropped the temp. They don't call it temporary work, even if it is. It's staffing. And some of the assignments are still temporary. Others are long-term. And a lot of people end up, they start as a short-term employee and then get hired on full-time.
Well, there might be some milkmen out there and women who are looking for jobs. Let's talk about Schwann's and what's going on with that.
Sure. I never got the Schwann's services.
They have great dairy products.
Okay. They also frozen foods, it turns out. They delivered those to homes. Yeah, they announced that they are closing up shop or closing up their trucks as of early November. And they do have 79 employees in Wisconsin, who most of whom are on the truck routes. Some of those, they have a facility in Franklin, so those folks are losing their jobs. The company says they just can't compete today. Things have changed so much as far as, people getting food at home.
You know what's interesting, though? DoorDash and things like that are taking off, but something like Schwann's Home Delivery is going the way of the dodo bird.
And I'm guessing it's probably not as expensive to get a frozen item from Schwann's as it is to get whatever you're getting delivered from DoorDash.
And it's probably healthier, too. But let's move on to the Milwaukee Bucks because it's getting close to the season. And there's even more excitement. Tell us about it.
Well, you know, the Bucks sell sponsorships. That's one way they make money besides selling tickets and doing the naming rights deal for Fiserv Forum and then all their TV income that comes in from cable and satellite and the TV networks. So the latest sponsorship the Bucks just announced this past week is with a company called Velo Group, which is from Germany, and it's actually spelled W-I-L-O, but Germans do the W as a V. They have an office, the company does, in Cedarburg, and they are going to sponsor the Bucks warm-up outfits. You know, when they're out there shooting baskets before the game or at halftime, they've got the warm-ups on and now has a patch that says Velo. And I asked our sports business reporter, Logan Hansen, what does that have to do with basketball? And he said nothing. But for those of us who had never heard of Velo before, I guess that's the idea. It's a global company, and they do supplier of pumps and pump systems for building services, water management, and industry.
Let's talk about what's coming back to Culver's, and I saw your excitement about this story.
Oh, my gosh, yes. Well, I'm lactose intolerant, so I'm actually not that excited, but this is Wisconsin, and Culver's is celebrating October, and I didn't know this, but there is a National Cheese Curd Day.
I had no idea. What's the day?
Good question. It must be in October sometime. But it's the return of the Curder Burger, which...
Say that 10 times fast.
Which is deluxe butter burger topped with a cheese curd patty that's made from yellow and white cheddar cheese curds. They've been doing it since 2021. And let's see. Oh, National Cheese Curd Day is October 15th, so mark your calendar. Also, here, this is new this year for a limited time only. Hot honey cheese curds. So you can have your curder burger and then on the side, some more cheese curds with honey.
I can see you
available throughout the month of October.
Do they say how many calories that is?
No.
I can see why.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to eat one of those and or the freestanding cheese curds if you're worried about that.
I'll see you at Culver's on October 15th.
All right. It's a date.
Rich Kirchhoff from the Milwaukee Business Journal. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
I don't know if I could eat a whole one. I've seen pictures of them. I mean, it's not just like little teeny tiny cheese curd. It is a cheese curd patty on top of the butter burger. 8:28 on WTMJ.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Landworks, the locally owned landscape company. They'll elevate the look of your home or your business. They're doing that at our house. Landworks is different because of the customer service. I can tell you firsthand, from beginning to end, you have one person who's your initial point of contact all the way through the process. LandworksWisconsin.com. Get started today. They'll take your yard, make it more beautiful. They'll take your beautiful yard and elevate it even more. It's LandworksWisconsin.com. They do it the right way at Landworks.
Can a local bank provide all the big bank services with the friendliness of a small-town neighbor? Waterstone Bank has been doing it for more than a century. This is your Waterstone Bank, and we're invested in the community, supporting education, women's and youth programs, and honoring our brave veterans and frontline heroes. We're at the heart of it all. Welcome to your Waterstone Bank.
Welcome back, Susan. How can I help you today?
Learn more at WSBOnline.com. That's WSBOnline.com. Member FDIC.
I'm Libby Collins on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. It's a short show today because Green Bay Game Day gets underway at 9 o'clock. We've got Julia Fella here. Julia, coming up in the next half hour, we're going to talk about the Bucks and the national anthem and how you can become a singer. Have you ever dreamed about doing something like that?
Oh, that's so fun.
Is that great?
No, everybody would leave.
Oh.
They'd leave the game.
You know who my favorite singer of the national anthem is?
Whitney
locally?
Houston?
No.
Oh.
Ben Tainai.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Oh, my gosh. I'm sure he'll be singing at the Bucks. I know he sang at the Brewers game the other night.
Yeah.
He is just amazing. But if you've ever wanted to sing the national anthem before a big game, the tryouts are this week. We're going to tell you about it in about 15, 20 minutes. But first, we've got Julia Fellow in the WTMJ Breaking News Center at 8:30.
All right. Thank you so much, Libby. At 8:31 exactly. It is currently 64 degrees. I'm Julia Fellow. Your top story. President Trump is coming back to the Badger State this week. He plans to visit Milwaukee Tuesday night. We are staying on top of that with the latest on that. We've just learned the death toll from Hurricane Helene is now above 60, with at least 30 more people who are missing. And 2 human cases of West Nile virus have been confirmed here in Milwaukee. There have been several other cases throughout our state, killing at least 2 people. West Nile virus is transmitted through the bite of an infected mosquito. Symptoms of West Nile include fever, rash, and fatigue. Taking a look at your roads here at WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. I have one incident going on, 4194 South in Pleasant Prairie at the ramp from County C. The left shoulder is blocked because of an incident. Looks like they pulled over a car and it's about to clear up. So that's all that's happening. Also, 894 eastbound lanes, all of them closed for the weekend from the Hale to the Mitchell interchange for a major repavement project. That work is scheduled to wrap up by tomorrow morning. Your WTMJ 5-day forecast today will be sunny and breezy, wind gusts up to 25 miles an hour, 74 at the lake, 78 inland. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, 74 degrees. Tuesday, breezy, 78 degrees. Wednesday, mostly sunny and breezy, a high of 70. Thursday, pick day, mostly sunny, a high of 74 degrees. Right now, the current temperature is 64 degrees in Milwaukee, 59 in Waukesha, and 59 in Green Bay. Sighting Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:32.
You know, you mentioned the storm, and I have a friend whose daughter lives just outside of Asheville on one of those mountains. And their home is okay, she's okay, but there were a number of homes right there near her that literally washed down, and sadly, a lot of people lost their lives.
Oh, my goodness.
And I know my friend was just panicking because she had lost contact with her daughter for over a day. But anyway, they're safe. But yeah, it's just a terrible tragedy. And who would think that a hurricane would go that far inland,
right,
and do that kind of damage?
I know. It went all the way over to like Arkansas area, all the way up to Maine.
Yeah.
And do you remember Sean Gallagher? He used to work at WTMJ. He was a reporter.
Sure, yeah.
He is now at WRAL, so he's in Raleigh. And he says, I don't say this lightly, but I've literally never experienced anything like this.
Oh.
And he's been all over the country as a reporter. So, and the video that he has is just washed out. There's like this giant dumpster that's going down Main Street.
Yeah.
Floating.
It's just awful. Just awful. And pray for those people. Julia, thank you so much for coming in on a Sunday morning. It's great to have you here. And in just 2 minutes, it's the Week in Review, sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
When you work with us, you'll know what you're going to get. And most importantly, you'll know exactly what you're going to pay us to list and sell your home. Talk to any Benefit Realty agent and ask about our commission. You will always get the same answer. You may find that others aren't ready to be as straightforward as we are right off the bat. They may try to meet with you first, and from there, you'll probably have to haggle your commission. And if you're lucky, you might be able to get them to reduce their commission to what we charge. But who wants that? Benefit Realty is going to make this easy for you, with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission, and we even one-up it from there. We cap our commission, so that no matter what size property you're selling, for the listing side of your sale, your savings will be substantial. And if you're selling a luxury portfolio kind of home, substantial is an understatement. And finally, if you're not happy at any time with the service you're getting, we won't hold you to the term of your contract. This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com.
Save big on your roofing project right now at Menards. Your roof is the first line of defense against the elements. Owens Corning shingles are the #1 brand trusted by contractors. Choose from over 40 options and get a limited lifetime warranty and up to 130 miles per hour wind warranty. Save big on Owens Corning shingles. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
The clock is ticking. Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is almost over. Until September 30th, you can get 5 years of 0% financing on any purchase. It's the perfect chance for worry-free shopping with no interest and monthly payments customized for you. And now open Sunday, September 29th. Take advantage of this amazing opportunity. From luxury timepieces to engagement rings and more. Don't wait. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only until September 30th. For details and more, visit DiamondsDirect.com.
It's 8:36. I'm Libby Collins on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. Well, kicking that flag down the road, there was a lawsuit filed against a Fox Valley staple, and Helene leaves destruction across the South. There was so much more. It's a Week in Review brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What we do here is go back.
Yo, you dealing with the X Factor.
Levis throwing deep. And it is intercepted. Xavier McKinney. 3 interceptions in 3 games. 5-man pressure. Levis goes down again.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Limited.
Crystal Rosh was last seen on June 11th. We now know investigators had their eye on her husband. The 43-year-old is now charged with first-degree murder and hiding a corpse.
Speaking before the Common Council, the mayor says the city's in better position to address its financial concerns this year than a year ago.
The funds we deployed from the Biden-Harris administration's American Rescue Plan Act to sustain city services, they're not part of this budget.
A stunning announcement from number 4.
You'll understand why it's too late for me because I've recently been diagnosed with Parkinson's.
Regardless of how you feel about him, I would hope that you would keep him in your thoughts, your prayers, and send your warmest thoughts his direction.
Just brutal news.
The latest episode of Fun with Flags is online.
You want to know what that is?
I think I know. Has the can been kicked down the road?
Yes, the can has been kicked.
They solicited quite on their own, entirely through private channels, very self-selected channels, to conduct a design competition.
That's funny a little bit, though.
How dare they? The people who live here would come up with a suggestion for you all on high at City Hall. How dare they?
So nothing changes.
I'm tired of talking about this.
I have some news.
Hoda Kotb breaking news about herself. The Today Show anchor leaving the network morning newscast.
I realized that it was time for me to turn the page.
President Biden will use his final address at the United Nations General Assembly to try and rally world leaders to come together and tackle major global challenges.
This is the 4th time I've had the great honor of speaking to this assembly as President of the United States. I've seen a remarkable sweep of history.
Thank you all, my friends, and I'm confident life will prevail.
Israel has made peace and will make peace again.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Frank Mosley, guilty of first-degree reckless homicide.
Milwaukee rapper has been convicted of reckless homicide charges stemming from a crash last fall that killed a pregnant Shorewood woman and her unborn child.
Infamous history in New York City today. The mayor, Eric Adams, becoming the first ever sitting mayor to be indicted.
I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit.
Anybody in your house? Fire department!
Hurricane Helene came ashore as the most powerful storm to strike Florida's Big Bend region in nearly 2 centuries.
In Pasco County, sheriff's deputies and boats have carried out at least 200 high water rescues.
Meteorologists and officials have been predicting up to 8 feet of storm surge. That's exactly what we got.
13 former employees at a Malaysian latex glove supplier for Kimberly-Clark have filed a lawsuit against the company alleging they were trafficked, abused, and provided unsanitary company housing with barely edible food.
Libby Collinson for Sandy Max on What's on Tap tonight. We have a legend here in wrestling.
This wrestling is not for real.
I told you to knock it off. I told you to knock it off.
Wait.
We are on your best behavior here.
Are you in control, Yeti? Huh? So I don't think we have to wait until October 19th.
Guys.
Yeah, I think we can go right now.
It's 6:38 on WTMJ.
That feel fake, huh?
Universities of Wisconsin Board of Regents unanimously voted to fire former UW lacrosse chancellor Joe Gow from his faculty teaching position.
A lucky guy. That's all I'll say.
A statement from her family confirmed the death of Dame Maggie Smith.
Perhaps it would be more useful if I were to transfigure Mr. Potter and yourself into a pocket watch. That way one of you might be on time.
And one of her last roles on the big and small screen was that of the Dowager Countess Lady Grantham on Downton Abbey.
Do I look as if I'd turned down a villa in the south of France?
What are we, gay?
I don't speak Yeti.
I'm 180 years old.
Good talk.
Limited.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
And the Weekend Review is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited. I'm Libby Collins, and no, I don't speak Yeti. It is 8:41. We're up to 65 degrees coming up in just a couple minutes. Yes, it is going to get colder. You know that's inevitable. And if you've got, some of those summer toys, you've got your boat, you've got maybe that camper that you've used, you're going to put it away for the winter, maybe you got one of those really sweet sports cars. Before you go to one of those storage rental places, there are things you need to know. We're going to tell you all about it right after this on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Me too.
She absolutely nailed it.
Are you talking about Jenny Sambeline? Yeah, Jenny and her pendant, the music in a mother's heart. Hi, Rick. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Monica. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Jenny.
Jenny, we're going to produce your pendant design as a limited edition collector's item and put a few of them in all of our 8 Kessler stores.
Congratulations, Jenny. Wow, this is huge. Jenny, we expect the music in a mother's heart to sell out very quickly.
We'll also make a few available online.
I designed that pendant from the memory of how my mother made me feel when we'd sing together.
How often did that happen?
Constantly. We'd sing along with whatever was playing on the radio, or sometimes we would watch a musical on TV and sing along with that.
At just $124, the music in a mother's heart is going to sell out lightning fast.
I'm buying one.
I'm buying one. I bought the prototype the moment I saw it.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Vince Vetrano for Great Lakes Landscape. You've been out in the yard this summer, starting to notice it's looking old, tired, boring. Let's fix that with Great Lakes Landscape. It can be as simple as fresh mulch and tightening up the edges on your flower beds. That's what Great Lakes did at my house. Or think big. Great Lakes Landscape can design and refresh your yard with new trees, plants, and perennials. Build a new space with a paver patio, fire pit, retaining wall. Still room on the schedule to get your project done so that you can enjoy it through the fall. Great Lakes Landscape. That's GreatLakesLandscape.wi.com.
It's our Farm and Animal Appreciation Event at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, enjoy unbeatable prices on the brands you trust to keep your farm going strong. Like a DeWalt Power Stack Starter Kit with 2 batteries included, half price. 8 packs of Energizer AA or AAA batteries, your choice, just $6.99. And save on 4-pound pails of Tomcat, Mouse, and Rat Bait chunks, $19.99. Plus, we've worked with our brand partners to get prices down. So shop our new lower everyday prices at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Boat. Maybe you've got one of those really nice collector cars and you don't want it to get all nasty during the winter. You're probably looking for a place to store it. But before you do, there are some things you need to check on. And joining us is our consumer expert, Michelle Ronan from DATCAP. And tell us what people need to be aware of before they store their vehicles.
Well, we want to be sure that whether it's your vehicle, your boat, or some other seasonal item,
that you are aware that DADCAP is responsible for enforcing a variety of consumer protection laws, and that includes the public warehouse keepers that are out there for hire. And that's storing for hire, which means accepting and maintaining custody of your property for payment. This isn't those self-storage garages that are out there. Those are when renters just go ahead and put the belongings in themselves. But storing for hire is when someone is assuming responsibility for the safekeeping of your property, and they usually put it in the storage garage or whatever facility they have during their normal business hours, not any time of day. And DADCAP registers these individuals, so we want to be sure people are checking out who they are doing business with in advance of signing any contract.
Are these licensed public warehouses required to carry insurance to cover whatever it is they're storing?
Yes, they are. They have other requirements under the law as well, which you can find all those details on our website. But that includes having that contract and providing receipts and that insurance. So be sure that you do make sure that the individual you're going to work with is registered and licensed in our state.
Okay, so if you want to get a list of licensed public warehouse keepers in Wisconsin, how can we get that?
You can just go to datcp.wi.gov to download the list. You'll find it under our Trade Practices Bureau information.
It's 67 degrees at 8:45. You're a minute away from sports on WTMJ.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be pricey. But when you take it in on consignment from nice people like you who are just ready to change the look of their home, you can price it right. And you'll find a lot of it at Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
In Heartland, you're going to find a focus on distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original artwork, along with tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. In Pewaukee, the focus is on kitchen, outdoor, and garden decor, and all of it is priced at 25 to 40% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value.
Design Exchange.
It's time for the WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call. That's all Sports Desk. It looked good for the Badgers in the first half against USC yesterday as they led 21-10 at halftime. But the Trojans came back in the third quarter, holding Wisconsin to a disastrous 38-21 loss. In other news, the Brewers dominated the Mets with a 6-0 win.
Young's 2-1. Ground ball back up the middle. That's going to sneak through into center field. Adames is home. Bauer's racing around third. He will score. A two-run single for Andrew Monasterio. And the Brewers have broken it open in the eighth. It is 6-0 Milwaukee.
The Crew meet them again today for the final game of the regular season. Our coverage gets underway at 1 with Brewers warm-up. The hunt for Brew October is presented by Delta Dental. The Pack meet rival Vikings at Lambeau. Get ready for the game with Green Bay Game Day. Get underway at 9 on WTMJ. For WTMJ Sports, I'm Nate Rilling.
Thanks a lot, Nate. Good job. It's 8:47. Coming up here in just a couple minutes. I can't think of a greater honor than to be able to perform the national anthem, particularly before a game. And the Milwaukee Bucks are going to be holding auditions this week. If you are a performer, whether you're a singer or a musician, and you think you have what it takes, we're going to tell you when and where you can be part of those auditions. It's all coming up on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
Pitch to Willie. And here it is. Willie Adames, his 13th home run. His 24th of the season. Willie Adames, number 26. Going back is Cade at the track. Whoa, gone! Number 30 for Willie Adames. Bye-bye baseball. An exclamation point. Ended with 3 runs with Willie Adames.
This is the hunt for Brew October.
What a shot from Adames. Another one.
Sponsored by Delta Dental. ER, your home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
He's a machine.
You know, you might think that just because your home's windows are leaking air, foggy, or even broken or cracked, that you need to replace your entire window. But I'm here to tell you that just isn't the case. I mean, if the framework of the window is intact and all that needs to be repaired is the glass, then a quick phone call over to Les's Glass can get you a verbal quote. Or we can send an estimator out to your home to show you just how much money we can save you versus replacing your entire window. We remove the old glass, install new glass, and voila! You virtually have a brand new window at a fraction of the cost of full window replacement, along with a full 10-year warranty against seal failure too. So give us a call, because I think we can save you a few bucks. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
In this real estate market, you need an aggressive real estate agent. Milwaukee Realty pays for client home inspections and well inspections for their buyers and sellers. That's aggressive. Ask your favorite agent if they will, and then call Milwaukee Realty.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
And I'm proud to be an American.
It's 8:50 on WTMJ. You know, songs like this, Lee Greenwood. It sends gives me goosebumps. I can't help it. But what makes me even prouder is to hear the national anthem. I don't know if you've ever wanted the opportunity to perform the national anthem before a game, but the Milwaukee Bucks are going to give you that chance as they host a national anthem audition on Tuesday, October 1st at Fiserv Forum. And to talk about it, we've got John Dereshczynski. He is the live programming and entertainment specialist with the Bucks. John, first, let's talk about the auditions themselves. Now, these are going to take place Tuesday. You've got 3 different sessions. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we have 3 different sessions on Tuesday, October 1st. First session bright and early, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. We'll have a lunchtime session between 12 noon to 2 p.m. and then an evening session from 5 to 7 p.m.
All right. Now, what do people need to have prepared if they want to audition?
Yeah, so knowing the national anthem is a really good place to start. So it depends on what your musical abilities are. If you are a guitar player, you play an instrument, and you're going to do that in addition to singing the anthem, you're more than welcome to do that. We have microphones to cover all of the different instruments that can be played in addition to large groups of singers and individual singers. We have all of the audio equipment to make you sound your very best. You just have to know how to play or sing the anthem.
So you don't have to be a soloist. If you have a group of people who want to sing it together, they can come in and audition as well.
Yes, you can do it as a group, you can do it individually, and you can do both. We've had some people in the past, they've been a part of a larger band, and then an individual would want to play their own instrument as a solo act. That's more than acceptable.
The national anthem is particularly difficult to perform. What do you suggest people do to prepare in advance?
Yeah, honestly, at the audition, it's a very, I don't want to say casual environment, but it is in front of a small crowd of people. So it's a really good litmus test to see if you're ready to play it in front of the large crowd at Fiserv Forum. But obviously, I would recommend just starting singing in front of the mirror, then singing in front of some family members or some friends at your house, and then getting ready to come that Tuesday prepared from there.
I know, John, you've given a lot of people the opportunity to perform. What's the youngest age of anyone who's done the national anthem before a game?
Oh, I couldn't tell you the exact age, but I know we had, because I'm really bad with ages and grades, I know we had a second grader at one point come and perform the anthem.
Really?
For us before a game, yeah.
And conversely, how old was the oldest?
Oh, my gosh, you're really putting me on the spot here. We've had a grandma act come in, and they've done the anthem too. So I'll say, 60s to 70s. They were all grandmas. That's how the group was formed.
What about Bucks fans? Do they like a traditional performance of the national anthem, or do they enjoy it when a performer puts their own spin on it?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the unique part about the anthem is that there are so many unique ways to do it. I think Bucks fans really gravitate towards the theatrics, the spectacular that is the anthem. So it's putting your own unique flair on it. I think Bucks fans really enjoy that part of it. I mean, obviously the anthem, the words are all the same every single time. It's just putting that unique Milwaukee flavor.
What I find interesting is you're also looking for people who want to perform the Canadian national anthem. Now tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So in addition to the U.S. national anthem, we do also play the Toronto Raptors, which then we have to sing the Canadian anthem too. So if you know how to sing O Canada, the Canadian national anthem, we'd love to hear you sing that too. Right now, we only have a couple of people in the Milwaukee area who we've found to know the anthem. So we're always looking for new people to do that too, because that always comes up once or twice a year.
How do you determine which performers are going to actually be invited to sing before a game?
Yeah, so it goes back to a larger team from our side, and obviously there are lots of people who come in throughout the day. Then there are some, national acts who come in throughout the season too, and so we just kind of coordinate in our larger team to figure out what makes the most sense. Sometimes it's based off of the storytelling of the game. Maybe on a weekend we're going to do a youth programmed game, and so we'd obviously love to have a younger person sing the anthem that day. Conversely, like on our Noche Latina night, having someone a part of that community also to sing the anthem and put their spin on it too.
It has to be so exciting for the performers. What do you hear from them after they've had the chance to perform before a Bucks game?
Yeah, a lot of gratitude, I think, for a lot of people, especially when it's their first time singing the anthem. It's a rush being in front of 18,000 screaming fans, just getting really excited for that moment. So they're always really appreciative to come off that court and just be that start of everything happening that night.
Well, again, you're going to have those auditions this Tuesday, October 1st. You've got 3 different sessions. Tell them the times again.
Yep. So the first session is from 7 to 9 a.m. The second session is from 12 noon to 2 p.m. And then our final session is from 5 to 7 p.m. And important thing that I didn't say earlier is that all is going to happen in Fiserv Forum's main atrium, so that normal large entryway on the east side of the building where people should come in to enter for auditions.
And there's no pre-registration required.
No pre-registration required. Just show up day of and we'll get you all situated.
John, thank you so much for giving people the opportunity to sing a national anthem at a Milwaukee Bucks home game. It's a great opportunity for a lot of talented people out there.
Absolutely. We're happy to do it.
It's 8:56. Today is going to be sunny and breezy, a high of 74. 78 inland. Perfect day to see a game, whether it's at AmFam or Lambeau. Also, tonight, it's going to be a little bit clear, a little bit cool. You're going to get down to the 50s inland, 62 near the lake. Tomorrow's another beautiful day under sunny skies, 74 degrees. Then Tuesday, we cool off just a tad, only getting up to about 68. It'll be breezy. Wednesday, sunny and breezy, 70. And Thursday, sunshine and 74. Enjoy this weather. I mean, this is beautiful fall weather. If you are headed to Lambeau right now, that temperature is 63 degrees. In Racine, it's 66. We've got 66 in Port Washington, and we have 67 degrees at WTMJ. We've got a busy day ahead here on the station, so you want to keep it right here. We've got Green Bay Game Day coming up right here at 9 o'clock. It's going to get underway. Then that Political Power Hour weekends with Steve Scafidi will be here at noon. And then it's the Brewers. Our Brewers coverage starts at 1 o'clock with Brewers warm-up. We've got the final game of the regular season. And I know we're all just kind of waiting to find out what's going to happen this week with those wild card games. I've got tickets for Tuesday, and I don't know, is it going to be, I've got them for Wednesday. I take that back. And I don't know if it's going to be an evening game, if it's going to be an afternoon game, and who knows who they're going to play. Well, I'll tell you, Dominic Cotroneo, with his knowledge of the game and the teams, he's going to lay it all out for you again with Brewers warm-up at 1 o'clock today, so we can't wait to hear that. Again, a beautiful day today to see a game, get outside, do something fun, maybe throw something on the grill, because we won't have many more days like this. I'm Libby Collins. Thank you so much for joining us today on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. I'll be back next Sunday morning at 8 a.m. And coming up next, it's Green Bay Game Day right here on WTMJ.
You're busy. Work, family, life. Sometimes it's hard to figure out what you'll do about things like retirement planning, selling a business, investing, or building your legacy. So your buddy hooks you up with his guy. Seems fine, but when it gets down to advice, you're all of a sudden knee-deep in products packed with commission.